Hello and welcome to Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chamber, a movie review podcast partnered with a secret organization of fighters, martial artists, and those guys who hit the punching bag in the gym between reps. They don't really know what they're doing, but their hearts are in the right place. For first-time listeners, we are partnered with our honorary shadows, Alex, Con, and Nikonsi, who began their movie review podcast and coincidentally named it the same as our organization. So we took them on and allowed them to record the podcast here at the Secret Chamber. My name, of course, is Basil, retired general of the Assassination Corps for the Hidden Shadows, and now your host. Now today's a special day. Since the boys couldn't all be in the same place to record this episode, we are using our portal magic so that they can record it remotely. We have one of our esteemed shadows who specializes in teleportation and portal magic, Contavious. Contavious, say hello.
Yo, yo.
So Contavious, how long have you been a shadow for?
I've been a shadow for 200 years now. And I'm still learning every day, but I feel like I got a good rhythm now.
The 200th year. Still new to the game, but confident enough to really enjoy what it means to be a shadow. Can you tell us a little bit about how the portal magic works?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I combine my mana, chi, or chakra, whatever you know it as, energy, with my warp crystals to bend reality. Think of reality as a piece of paper with two dots drawn on opposite sides of it. Our goal is to connect those two dots together. So what my portal magic does is bend reality, or the piece of paper, together so that those two dots are touching. There's some other stuff involved, but that's just a simple breakdown.
Fascinating. Have you ever seen the movie A Wrinkle in Time?
Yeah, I have actually.
I loved Oprah in that movie.
Yeah, she was pretty good. You know who surprised me in that movie? Reese Witherspoon. She killed that Miss What's-It role.
Oh, that's true. She did do a good job with that. Well, are we ready to go?
Oh yeah, I bet. Here we go.
What's that? I've never heard you do that with the portal. What are you doing?
Oh, that's my bad. I've been binging Dragon Ball Super for the past 2 weeks.
Oh, right. I totally get it. Alex, Con, and Nikonsi, I leave it in your hands. Everyone enjoy the episode. All right, you ready, Contavious? There is indeed. Okay, so we watched the heroic ones, and it's yeah. I got the IMBD up.
Good pod, guys.
I have.
Yeah, that was it. That was the podcast.
That's it. All right. Have a good night.
Obama impressions.
Dude, really good job at that, June. Really, like, serious.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Nikonsi, you were on your A game.
That's it.
It was amazing.
So,
all right. Well, remember to follow us.
And happy Shawtember. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yes. Let's kick it off. Happy Shawtember. Oh no. Just gonna try that again. 3.
Enunciate.
2, 1. Yes. Happy Shawtember, y'all. First of all, welcome to the podcast. We are a movie review podcast, like Basil had mentioned earlier. My name is Alex.
And I'm Con. And that's Nikonsi. And
that's
despite
Nikonsi.
the fact that you don't hear him, he is indeed here.
I'm here, guys. I'm here.
See, we go.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
He just came out because he's such a shy boy. He's so strong.
He's a strong boy, but like he sacrificed his outgoingness for strength, and it was for his family. And he's kind of a hero.
My favorite thing is that Alex isn't going to edit this out of the pod when he releases it. We can see him, and he can't see us being douchebags.
I can, like, rolling your eyes. No, I can see Basil with his portal magic. He didn't do the spell right, and I can only hear you guys. I actually can't see you through the portal while we're doing our remote podcast. You guys are in another realm.
Yes.
Than I am.
Would you say we're in the 70s? Because that's when this film came out. 1970, a Hong Kong production put together by the Shaw Brothers Studio. This film was directed by Chang Che and was actually originally released on August 14th of 1970. And it was one of the top grossing Hong Kong films between the years of 1970 and 1972.
That's awesome. No, it was a good flick, and it was a really good movie to kick off Shawtember with. Kansi, you are the mastermind behind Shawtember. Can you kind of let our listeners know what they have to look forward to this month?
Oh, if you want to know where things really started popping off, everybody should read this book called China Forever. And it's actually about how the Shaw family wanted to show people Chinese culture, and the only way for them to do it was they really hustled. They went basically door to door to every single country and made connections with all of the cinemas to play these films. And Shawtember is a way to celebrate all of their old films that they were able to become basically famous for, because they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Oh God, he's broken.
And hundreds of martial.
Junior, can you get that?
Of martial art films.
Thank you.
With different eras. It's amazing. It's crazy. They are, yeah.
So, okay, so we're going to be watching some of the older movies. Are we going to work our way up the decades and come to a modern movie, or are we just going to go classic Shaw Brothers?
Who knows?
Who knows? There's only hundreds. And hundreds.
How many Fridays do we have this month?
And hundreds.
Oh, June, can you get that one more time?
We only have 4 Fridays this month. And technically speaking, we missed one.
Hundreds.
For Shawtember.
Hundreds.
So we only have this episode and then 2 more episodes for Shawtember. And then we're going to get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Okay, now
and
you
hundreds.
And hundreds and hundreds.
Yes.
And hundreds.
Okay.
And hundreds.
And hundreds.
Fuck, see, this is why we need to be in the same room when this kind of shit happens.
Hundreds.
No, we're just giving you an opportunity to edit wherever you feel like. And
wait,
hundreds.
but can you hear me now? Hundreds.
I can, yep.
Hundreds.
Yes. Wait, say hundreds real quick.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Okay. All right, now we're good.
Hundreds on hundreds on
fantastic.
hundreds.
Anyway, we only have a couple of weeks in Shawtember. Mostly because we release on Friday for Kung Fu Friday, bless. And I mean, we gotta get as many as we can locked and loaded for the future.
Yeah, I got a few surprises for you. I actually started watching these Shaw Brother films from the very first one, which was a 2-part film. But I saved you some of the old boring stuff because we just kind of skipped through that. For the enthusiasts, you want to like watch all of them, but I'll skip us around and show you the good ones.
And the concept for for some people who are just starting to get into the Shaw Brothers, do you have any well-known movies that you'd like to kind of let people start with?
Yes, we actually reviewed this film a little while back, and it's called Drunken Monkey, and that is a Shaw Brother film.
Oh, that one's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fighting is very good in that one. I really enjoyed that one.
And I just pulled up that Wikipedia list, and I am consistently impressed by how many I actually recognize. Just think about how, by today's standards, how long it takes to make a movie, right? So on one hand, you can kind of not give a shit about how the production value of each Shaw Brothers film is when you look at they made so many. Like when you think about it, currently it takes you about 6 to 8 months, maybe more, not including reshoots of just straight shooting current scenes and for actors, right? Not including the time it takes for them to like get trained and stuff or whatever martial arts they may put in on top of that. And then you have probably like another year of post edit.
So, another reason or another thing that we should take into consideration, you were mentioning, the production value that they put into this, like that sheer effort. These are movies like from the 70s, and you can't do shit in front of a fucking green screen and just CGI it into the movie in post edit. Nah, man, you're doing everything like by, bare bones, like extras. Like in this movie, what was the amount of extras in this goddamn movie?
Like 1,000 people.
There was
probably like 100.
Yeah, there's like 100 or so
on screen.
There's
sometimes.
Definitely shots that like you can see all 40 actors on screen, and then there are other shots that are like, no, there was 30 actors that walked through, and they're being followed by another 30 actors and another 30 actors, and finally end scene. There was 100 people walking there.
There's just really good camera angles and people walking in circles behind the camera. So that's pretty. Cons, can you give us a little breakdown of the plot on this movie?
Yes. The heroic ones is actually literally 13 Grand Guardians. That's the Chinese name. And in 880s Imperial China, the Tang Dynasty court no longer had effective control of its empire, and the national capital, Chang'an, was sacked by Huang Chaos anti-government army. Li Qiong, a Xiao Tao chieftain loyal to the Tang cause, led his troops to suppress the rebellion. His 13 generals, essentially all adopted sons, helped expel Huang from Chang'an, although a rift between some of them became more and more apparent in the process. Following the victory, Li Keiyong accepted an invitation for a banquet at military governor Zhu Wen's territory of Bianliang, unaware that it was a trap to assassinate him.
Yeah.
Crazy part? Some events in the film are actually loosely based on history.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was your guys' impressions on this movie?
This movie was really long. It was 2 hours long.
It was. Do you know why?
It was super long.
Wait, I know exactly why it was so fucking long. Is because there was these moments where the characters were going in and out of like the castle or the forts. And they had to film the fucking minute-long like horse ride over the moat, in through the gates where they say bye, like that, like the kind of shit that you kind of like skip. You kind of assumed, okay, they walked into the door, now they're inside the building. They're like, no, we're gonna actually just film the whole thing, and
we're gonna show you it. I guess it made it a little bit more immersive. You're like, damn, it takes a lot of time to travel. I'm really traveling next to this horse.
I am.
Oh. Over the river and through the woods to grandma's house we go. Wow.
Yeah. I enjoyed this movie. I really liked the brothers, the adopted sons, especially son numero 13. They were just awesome.
Did he really just say numero 13?
See, I did. We did. I thought he had like a really great character about him. He was like a leader, and even though like all the bullshit was going on with his two brothers, he had faith. He was a loyal brother and a loyal son. So, yeah, that made the movie for me.
I really enjoyed this film. It was cool to see how they did the special effects. Like when they lit shit on fire, they were actually lighting shit on fire.
Oh yeah, the special effects guys, like you had a
they
guy
lit the whole camp on fire.
Right, you had a guy who like this is old school. This is grassroots shit. Like they had the special cloth that would contain the flame. You know what I'm saying? You were getting into some real old school special effects. Super dope.
This is really like one of the beginnings of the Shaw brother martial art films, and you could tell that they were getting a bigger budget. They kind of took their time to tell a story, which was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, you can tell that this was probably one of like the big movies of its time, right? This was probably like, do I want to go as far as saying like this was the Avengers of 1970? Like this is a big fucking deal.
Yeah, maybe, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah, it's a big movie, huge budget for that time.
Yeah, super dope.
Costumes and everything.
Oh yeah, man.
Those were some ornate costumes.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, and it took two people to move that spear. That was a nice spear.
The 13th brother spear. Yeah, he had such a massive, like, heavy spear that it took two people to carry that shit.
Think about that, right?
Just think about it.
He could move a single man's body without assistance.
That's how much of a beast
and
he was.
He could swing his spear, and it took two people to move the spear.
It was cool though, man. Like, cause like all the brothers were kind of like on similar calibers. You know what I mean? They were the generals, the 13 generals of the army. So they were fucking beasts, and you got to watch them infiltrate the enemy lines, and just go full on dynasty warriors on these henchmen, just murking motherfuckers. So it was really cool. It was amazing action the entire time through.
Speaking of that, for how old this movie is, it's surprising how little dancing in the background these people were doing. They did a lot of like, all right, we need all 40 of you to charge and then get the fuck out of the way for this shot, and they just kept doing it like, and then it's like, how when do the people stop running forward?
I have
There's
to
so
say,
many of them.
They were quality extras.
The brothers were extremely smart. Some of the scenes were so well done. Like, when you're fighting a huge army like that, what is the best thing to do? To stay out in the open? No, you make it so they have to go through these narrow passages with these huge spears so they can barely hit you, and then you single them out and kill them a few at a time. And that's what they did.
Yeah, bro. Like, coming from like a kung fu style or form, I know very little about this. Isn't most of kung fu like made for fighting multiple opponents?
It's made for every situation.
Okay.
Yeah, without looking into it too deeply, as neither of us are practitioners, but somebody else.
It's a martial art.
Yeah,
it's war, so it's made for every situation.
Yeah, they were.
What I was leading into is
that. Yeah.
Is like, Alex, think about how in Star Wars there are multiple ways to use the lightsaber. they have to go through all of that training to figure out like what is their style even.
Yep. Chopping onions, chopping
onions, absorbing the 13 dragons or the 13 talismans of the Chinese zodiac.
You know,
becoming the Wu assassin
and opening letters.
Anyway, specifically though, like there's a style in Star Wars that Mace Windu is supposed to be like the best practitioner of at the time. And of course it's Samuel motherfucking Jackson. But like he was a really good duelist, but he was best for his like just straight up war, like cleaving through people.
Dudes, we need to have a Star Wars episodes 1 through 3 like month.
Ew, gross.
No?
Quit talking
the worst
to me.
the worst of the Star Wars.
I hate 1 through 3.
I'm just joking,
I actually
because 1 through
enjoyed
3
those.
is better than The Last Jedi.
I hate 1.
Yeah, 1 sucks.
There's only
2
one
was
thing
dope.
I like about 1. There's only one thing I like about 1.
Liam Neeson,
Darth Maul.
Liam Neeson is cool.
Ewan
McGregor?
McGregor.
Ewan McGregor and Darth Maul.
What about Conor McGregor?
That's it.
I thought he was pretty good in it.
He wasn't too bad as Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, ugh.
Yeah,
Barf.
gross.
All right. How about some badass moments?
My favorite badass moment.
Yes.
Of this movie, not Star Wars.
Not Star Wars.
Just for clarification.
This was the heroic ones. Remember, guys?
Was when Jar Jar Binks
God damn it.
takes
He's gone.
over Emperor Palpatine, and really Jar Jar Binks is Darth Sidious.
We went down.
My favorite moment. and all the other Star Wars movies wouldn't have happened if Jar Jar Binks was good, but he's evil, and that's why Star Wars is still going.
They're gonna complete that circle eventually, bro, and it's gonna blow your mind.
My favorite part is when
Misa
people,
never was on the Jedi side. That's what's gonna happen in the next Star Wars film this
people
December.
are going to like dig through and skip a couple parts in our podcast, and they're gonna be like, they were on Star Wars for like 10 minutes out of a half-hour podcast. What the fuck are these guys doing?
Misa used Anakin as a clone, as a fake.
My favorite badass moment of this movie, one of them, is just basically the.
And then Anakin just comes back remade as a real person instead of Darth Vader, and it was all a lie. And that's what's going to happen in the next Star Wars film.
So one of my favorite badass moments was when the 13th brother was basically leading them all into the castle when they were making that final assault. Once they escaped the first time, and he took the troops, the full army, and he snuck around the back because now he knew the enemy base, and he took his own platoon up there and basically war tactician flanked the enemy and just won the war. It was cool. I liked it. You were actually seeing some war tactics on that beach.
Yeah.
And then Anakin came back and he was fat because he stopped working out and he got really into trading baseball cards, and he gets all the lame ones. So he doesn't really make any money, and he lives with his mom.
Oh man, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
What was your favorite badass
for this
moment?
When my favorite badass moment was actually the beginning. The first fight with the giant buff Asian bald guy, and the brother jumps down from the top of the castle to fight, and it is a pretty intense fight with flying and everything.
Oh yeah, that was a really good fight. I enjoyed that one. It was sick.
And he tricked the guy and got the rope around his neck, And I think one of my favorite parts was when he even tells his dad how long it's gonna take him to defeat the guy, and he does it.
That's such a like.
He's like, I'm gonna beat him with this, and this, and if you want to bring out more people, go ahead, but I'll be right back. Thanks, Dad. You want chicken while I'm out? Okay.
Anybody? No? Okay. All right. I'll be back. That's great.
God, no sweat. He didn't even sweat it.
He didn't. He was wearing really fur, cool y'all.
Yeah, that's freaking hot in the desert. What?
Oh my god,
doesn't even crazy.
Flexing real hard.
Yeah. Junior.
It's kind of hard because honestly, I legitimately think that every action scene was really badass in the movie. So I instead have two primary what the fuck moments and can't specify the badass moment that well.
Okay, we can get to those. Well, how about we get into our number ratings for the movie?
I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10 because I know this director, and this director has made some amazing films. And for one of his earlier films, it's not bad. I really enjoy it, but it's not. There's some of his other films I will rewatch over and over and over again. This one, I'll pull out for my friends occasionally.
Us.
That's us. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 in the range of like this genre of movie. I'm not in a hurry to watch it again, but I still enjoyed it. Like it's still like, it's a deep
like it's important to watch, but yeah. I'm not going to like watch it all the time or say, hey guys, you need to watch this. But if you are a kung fu cinema enthusiast,
gotta watch
then
it.
yes, watch this. Mm-hmm. If you're not, then I have other movies for you to watch that might make you want to watch this one later on, just to appreciate it.
That's right. Junebug?
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because it doesn't stand up as well as other movies of this era as a classic, but it is really good in this sense. It doesn't. It's like you were saying, Nakansi, where you don't really want to go back and like rewatch it and analyze everything out of it. It's not like a all-time favorite, but it covers a lot of the check marks really, really easily. It was really fun and it was a great experience, but it's not gonna take that like top 10 movies slot,
But this director does have some amazing movies that we will watch later.
We're gonna ooh.
He's got some crazy amazing movies.
It's definitely got me excited. For like the next few movies that we're gonna be watching. So, okay.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. There's more.
Wait.
Do you remember the Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires?
Yes.
We watched it for Halloween and we laughed hysterically, and it was a fantastic time with friends.
Was that a Shaw Brothers?
Directed by the same person.
Fuck yes, dude! I'm so excited for
Halloween
movies.
He's got classics and they're hilarious.
Yeah, he's
really got classics. He's got classics.
Yeah.
You already
see when you
know.
compare those. I mean, we will go back and watch the Seven Golden Vampires because it was such a good time. This movie we're probably not gonna go back to watch.
No, but those movies, I'm really excited for Halloween themed kung fu movies. It's gonna be a blast. But June, why don't you kick us off with your
list too?
With your what the fuck moments, bruh?
Okay, yo, the first time I can't remember. I can't count right now. I think it was 12th brother. It might have been like 11th brother because I think our primary antagonists were 4 and 12 in this movie, right?
Yep.
Right? Yo, fuck 12th brother. He had the creepiest fucking face in the goddamn movie.
You called it. That guy was creepy.
I called it. That guy was a fucking creep.
He was enjoying archery way too much.
Yeah, shout out to the actor because he did his job really well. I was sold the second I saw that fucking face. He was a creep. And then, spoiler alert, him and fourth brother, this is the other what the fuck moment I had planned. They was gonna rape a bitch.
That was my fucked up moment.
That was fucking weird. Like, there was literally no precursor to them wanting to rape her. It was literally just, she let us stay in her home. Let's give her the D.
How do you make the audience hate a character? You put rape in there.
That's right. Or
it was instant disgust.
Or make them eat baked cherry tomatoes. That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Look at the Return of the King and the Mad King. That was, that was gross. I hate that guy.
Gross.
Ugh.
Final what the fuck moment. I might have stolen this from you guys.
He's just taking all of them.
No, do it, man. Fucking, you're savage.
Yeah.
Do it. Like a savage
Do
beast.
it.
Was when 13th brother was so weak because he had been fighting for so long, and it was leading up to his actual murder, and then the actual murder happened. Go watch this film to find that murder out.
I feel like I want to tell them, but I want them to see it for themselves.
Yeah, it
was wild.
It's gonna be worth it. Yeah, I mean,
Can we just but some people might not watch this movie. Only the enthusiasts are gonna watch this movie.
It's really close to the end.
Do it for the
It's
honestly,
it's kind of one of my favorite parts. It is.
I know, that's why I
death
didn't
by
wanna-
horse.
Yeah.
By many horses. Yeah.
One death, many horses.
That was a fantastic death scene. And the pacing was fantastic because we were looking at each other like, are they going to show this movie in the 70s? They're going to show this part? I don't know. I don't think they're going, oh shit.
They totally
They just
did it.
showed it.
And it was the second
It was-
most brutal rape scene of the movie. And, man.
It was just
rape by
oh
horse.
my god.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's not what happened.
But it was
I'm kidding.
No, it was good.
But
it was
definitely
bad,
the
but
pacing for it was fast enough, like that we knew it was gonna come right.
They
but
made
it,
it
was
look
slow
good
enough
too. It
that
was
we
good
were
practical
contemplating
effects.
the whole time, like they're really gonna do this. The fourth brother and 12th brother are just completely villainous brothers who really are gonna have their own general brother pulled apart by horses. They gave us enough time to contemplate that and then show it on screen.
They did a good job of dragging it out and building the tension because they did it in a way that in other movies someone comes in just in the nick of time. So that was what my thought process was going. I'm like, okay, someone's going to come, the dad, one of the other brothers is going to see what's going on and they're going to stop it from happening. But no. Like, you have to go through this whole horrendous experience. So, yeah, I thought they did a really good job with that, man. Good what the fuck moment.
I think that, and part of the reason that it sticks in my mind as one of the biggest highlights of this movie is strictly because we don't have a lot of movies, especially that early on, I'd assume, without having to go through an extensive library right now. I can't think of too many movies that really have, at least back then, have no hero or the hero dies.
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah, it was tragic and ironic. Any other what the fuck moments y'all want to get into?
Junior pretty much covered it. It's good.
Sorry.
No.
Don't be sorry. It was good.
That was perfect.
It was good.
Yeah.
I picked all three of goddamn.
Thank you so much for listening, guys, and make sure you tell your friends about it. And I hope you guys get on and start watching some classic kung fu movies, especially some of the ones that we've reviewed. And follow us on Instagram at HSTSC33, Facebook, Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chamber, and then June, don't you have a thing that you like to plug?
I do have a thing. Please come to twitch.tv/Cookie Ninja Carve. I am also on Mixer as well. If you don't know what that is, That is another streaming service that was, for long and short of it, is Microsoft's answer to Twitch that has been slowly building over the last several years. And go there. And I also happen to, could use some advertisement money. So there's this thing called Loots.com. If you just go to my Twitch and my Mixer, you can get a link there. You can drop on stream in advertised text.
Fucking dope. Go do that, guys. And jump on there too to talk about the winters.
And remind me to hydrate.
The harsh winters with my uncle in Livingston. In the bog, when we would go bird watching, we would look out for quails and sparrows and bluebirds.
I remember when me and my brother Billithan would go into the woods and we would play a game called Hide the Egg.
This is like the version of what I'm saying, but the poor version. Gross.